What's going on YouTube? Whiplash back here with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you why you should work hard when you get your first job. Now in my case, I've been working at a restaurant called Taco Mayo. It's basically only in Oklahoma, and I'm already a manager and I'm only 16. And working hard is important, and making a first impression is really good. You should really just, when you get your first job, just work hard, be enthusiastic, and just keep on asking questions and just try to help people out with things that you do know. And even if you're in school like I am, work can be hard sometimes, because I work 30 to 40 hours a week, and 40 hours a week is a full-time job. And while you're going to school, it's really hard, but if I can do it, you can do it. Because just this last Friday, I got off of school and then I did a 10-hour shift and I closed. Now, normally, by curfew, if you're under 18, you can't be out by 10 in Oklahoma. But working hard is just really important. And if you want to get to a manager position really quickly, you just have to keep on asking questions. Don't call in. Just work your hardest. And if you do have to request off, make sure you request off a week or so before. It gives a really good first impression that you know what you're doing, and it lets them know that you're a real deal. And you have to tell them that you want to move up in that business. I told them that I wanted to move up about 5 months into working, and 3 months later I became a manager after all my training. And there's people that's been working there for 4 or 5 years and they're not a manager yet, because they're just they don't work hard. They always come with a bad attitude, and they just act like they don't want to be there. What I was doing is I just came in, smile on my face, even though I was having a bad day. I treated all the customers with respect and told them to have a nice day. Even now, I tell every customer I serve to have a nice day. And if you see somebody struggling with something, you just have to go out there and see what you can do to help them. And if you can't help them, go ask another manager, and they'll come help them. Make sure you always ask questions, and asking questions lets them know that you're interested and that you know what's going on. You always need to ask questions, and you could even work, and you could still do an after-school activity like sports, like football or basketball. You just have to let them know that you do that, and they will work around your schedule for that sport that you do play. There's a few people there that work, and they do, one of them does cross country right now, and the other one plays basketball, and another plays golf. And they just all work around their schedule. And like this one person, her name is Daphne, and she works there, but she takes off like 3 or 4 months, and she does golf, because golf is a weird sport. So after school, she practices for about 3 or 4 hours, and when you have shifts that are only 3 or 4 hours and she can't make it after school, then she just can't work. So they just let you know that they can work around your schedule, because they let her off for 3 or 4 months at a time so she can do her sport, because she is only a senior in high school right now, and I'm only a junior. And being available to work hours is another good thing to being a manager. Like the other day, I was scheduled to do an 11 to 5 shift, just 6 hours, supposed to be pretty easy. But somebody couldn't make their shift, so I had to stay till 9 o'clock at night, and I had to close the lobby, and I did that, and it was a long day, but I still did it. And that just let the owner and the manager know that I can do things and I'm here to stay. Obviously, sometimes you won't be able to stay because you have something to do, or you're supposed to be home to do something. But most of the time, just every time you go in, you just have to work your hardest and let them know that you are ready to work. You're ready to work, and you mean business. I have only been working at this place for 9 to 10 months right now. Not even a year. There's people that's been there for 2-3 years that are still in high school like I am. I'm only a junior in high school right now, and I started when I was a sophomore. And I moved up, and I'm a manager before they are, and they've been working there for 2 years. You just have to work hard. Don't mess up. Everybody messes up. Just own up to your mistakes. Don't blame them on other people. Good grades do help. If you tell them that you do have good grades in school, I mean, even if you don't have good grades, you can tell them that, because they're not going to ask you for like your report card or anything. But I am a straight A student. It helps out with a few things, like for meeting somebody's parents for the first time. It helps to tell them that you just have good grades, that you're smart, and you're focused and you're dedicated. But working hard is such a good thing to learn at a young age, because the faster that you learn to work hard, the easier it'll be later on in life. Because I worked 3 weeks, and my first paycheck I got was $260. Now I'm only working 2 weeks during school, and I'm getting over $600 a paycheck. And a lot of people, they like money. That's why they get a job. And getting a manager position is really big, because you can make a lot of money really young, and you could do practically anything that you want. Because in the summer, you're gonna work more hours. During the summer, I work 60 to 70 hours a week, and that is a lot. That's a lot for even a full-grown person that just works for a living. Because 80 hours is overtime, and you're almost doing that in 1 week. But if you do get overtime, that is a time and a half of what you get paid. So let's say you make $8. You'd be getting $12 an hour if you get overtime, and $12 an hour really adds up fast. And in my case, I make $10.50 right now. That's with my bonus. And $10.50 an hour, it's a lot of money when you're only 16. Right now, I'm just saving up my money and waiting to buy a car, and I'm setting myself up for life right now. Working really hard at a young age is just super important, because later on in life, you're gonna look back at it and be like, I got to this position as fast as I could. And maybe someday you can even own your own business. Like, I was talking with the owner a few days ago about opening up my own business, my own Taco Mayo. And she said, as soon as I turn 18, I could do that. And I really didn't know what to say, because the fact that I could be opening up my own business at 18 is just amazing, because the owner works at the Taco Mayo that I work at. It's kind of like a family-owned thing. The owner, her name is Donnell, she works, and then her 2 daughters work at the same store, and then she has another daughter which owns another store just like 30 miles away. And I was talking to her the other day, and she said that I could own a Taco Mayo when I was just 18. Right now I'm only 16, and I can't move up anymore because of my age, and I couldn't be held responsible if something happened, and like I was the only one there. So the only thing that's holding me back right now is my age. But I still come into work. I still just stay dedicated, and I work hard, and I let them know that I want to keep on moving up. And pretty soon, I say in a few months, I'm gonna ask him to start training to be an owner, and I'll probably start doing that this summer of 2017. And it's gonna be a lot of hard work and a lot of training to do, but I'm telling you, in the end, it'll be worth it, because the owner right now, she makes over $110,000. That's just $110,000 without her owning the store. That's just her salary. She also gets 24% of the profits every month. So I think she's probably making about $200,000 a year. Now, if you can make over $200,000 a year in one spot, and it's a pretty busy spot where this Taco Mayo is, and if say you move to a busier spot, you could be making more. And the fact that you can be making just over $200,000 a year when you're 18 would be insane. If you could do that, you wouldn't even have to go to college. I'm a really smart kid. I have straight A's, and a lot of people pressure me to go to college, but I just don't want to go. I haven't found anything that kind of interested me into doing this. But the fact that I asked if I could become an owner, and she said I could, it really opens up a lot of different possibilities, because I could become an owner and make over $100,000 a year, and I wouldn't have to go to college. I probably am still going to go to college anyway, probably just for take a couple business classes to become an owner. But instead of going to college for 4 years for something that you really don't want to do and be thousands of dollars in debt, you could be just a couple $1,000s in debt, and then you be an owner of a store, and then you can make over $100,000+ a year. And if you make over $100,000 a year, and you could just invest it a little bit into like the stock market, or like a money market account with your bank, you could be set up for life. If you just make 1 year, in 1 year, if you just make $100,000, and then say the next year you get fired, you could invest $50,000 into the stock market if you know what you're doing, and you could just sit in there and let it rest with something like a 10% return over time. And by the time you retire, 60, 65, you could have over $5 million sitting in the bank. That's without you even working. The more you add over time into like a stock market account, say you invest in like the S&P 500, and you just put like, set aside like $500 a month for 20 years. Hold on. Now, if you set aside $1,000 a month for 21 years, you will have over $1 million in that account. Now, imagine you just put $1,000 in a month, but for 40 years. So you start investing when you're 20, and you invest for 40 years, all the way up until you're 60, 65. You can have over $5-10 million. So by the time you retire, you can really do whatever you want. But that's just what I just wanted to get off my chest to let you know why you should work hard. And just working hard in the very beginning, it just really just sets you up for life, so you can do things with friends and family after. So you won't be stuck working paycheck to paycheck your entire life. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys have a good day. Peace out.